Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Yep, it's 7 p.m., 7:05, 7:06, whatever. We're here. We're hanging out. I'm so glad to be back. I'm glad to be here with you. The lady's coming down eventually. She's upstairs doing stuff. She was closing her eyes for a few minutes, and that's okay. That's okay. Because that's what she does. I hear her coming, though. Jaheel is here. Let me go ahead and it says, Jaheel says, it's not even 5 p.m. yet, and I'm already camped outside of Starbucks connected to their internet, just waiting for you to go live. I haven't showered in days. Oh, let's go. Oh, I found $1. Oh, you got to be quick. You got to be quicker than that. So, there's a lady. I got to give her a microphone, though.
Here comes a cat.
There you go. Connect.
Hi, guys. I'm tired.
So I hope he's still here.
Who? Jill?
Jaheel!
Oh, I better turn the volume off on my phone. Just in case.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Ugh.
Mine's done. So anyway, we'll get to you guys in just a second. So it looks like Sean is here, and Brenda Foley's here, and Rick is here.
Hi, guys. Thor's here, too. He's just right over here. You can't see him. He's that way.
I just got to make sure one thing here. You know how we do.
Making sure things are working.
We're just making sure that I didn't forget to do something here.
What'd you forget to do?
There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very yawny today. I'm kind of
Where
tired.
are your keyboards? Where are your keyboards, Yanni?
Hilarious.
I know, right? Anyway. Internet problems. Sean is here.
Hello.
Allegedly.
Well,
the internet's being dumb, and I restarted it already, too, so we're having those issues.
There's Thor.
She'll be packing 2 suitcases. 2 sweet cases.
One's filled with fudge.
And she's got stickers.
What's on your back? He's got something stuck on him. Felt it. We can keep talking. I'm just feeling up a cat.
Just be here packing and singing Journey at the top of my lungs.
Oh, I love Journey.
Don't stop breathing. Hold on to that feeling.
I guess maybe you just had a booger or something. Whatever I felt is gone now.
Rick says, oh, come on, things are just ducky. Scott's in the house. Platte River Keto. Good evening, friends. Christian Delorme, our Canadian friend, is here.
Hi. Hello.
Canadian friend here. Bonjour, everybody.
Bonjour. Okay. Best Simpsons episode ever. And I don't watch it regularly, so I'm sure there's other good ones. Where Lisa Simpson goes to the wrong school. And she walks into the class and she goes, oh, this isn't my class. I'm at the wrong school. And all the kids start laughing at her. And then the teacher goes, oh, no classe, en français. And they all go, oh.
Tappa.
That one's good too. But just saying.
Sean Bradley's in the house. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Hello.
Jennifer Lucas is in the house. She says, hello, fancy friends. Are you footloose and fancy free?
Always. I am so sorry for yawning.
Shauna says hi to you.
Hi, Sean. That didn't all the way come out. It like stuck in my face.
Mm-hmm. What is that? Is this green or was this supposed to be blue?
I don't know. Mine's green.
That's fine. Whatever.
I don't know if it's working.
It's probably working.
It's just green.
We're good.
Anyway.
Shauna says, KPO shenanigans Thursday. 8 days, 22 hours.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Stacy says, hello to our Tuesday night groupies. I prefer Band-Aids.
Groupies.
Band-Aids. Has anybody seen Almost Famous? I like the director's cut. It was like 45 minutes longer.
Mhm.
It was called Untitled. I want to watch that again. We had Almost Famous, but I want to watch the director's cut. Sean says, shoveling food in my pie hole while listening right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Well, I hope it's good. I
Hope it's
worth
good
the
food.
shovel. Dustin made midnight noodles the other night without noodles, used cauliflower rice and some pesto, and it was very good.
So May might explain what that is. I don't think anybody,
Oh.
most people don't even have no idea what you're talking about.
That's right. You guys don't know what midnight noodles are. Okay. So, probably 20 years ago, maybe longer, maybe like 30 years ago. One of my siblings was coming into town, and they came into town and got there in the middle of the night. And I still lived at home with my parents. So, I mean, I had to have been 17, whatever. And so in the middle of the night, they were hungry. And my mom, we always joke that she's a good cook. So if there's ever, an apocalypse or anything, we're going to go to their house because she can make food out of nothing. Well, she didn't have anything. So she dug around, found what there was, threw it all together, and made what we call midnight noodles. So noodles, obviously, which are not keto. So you kind of got to figure something else out. You could do some sort of keto noodle if you like, but we used cauliflower rice.
And some broccoli rice.
And broccoli rice. But it is feta, sun-dried tomatoes, meat of some flavor. We used leftover chicken, but you made fresh chicken for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meat of some flavor, chicken, beef, whatever. And then you can add to it. My mom used to throw capers in. I dislike capers. And you can sometimes put in pesto or not use pesto. With the cauliflower broccoli rice, the pesto was needed and it went very well. And you can just basically, it's a clean out the fridge kind of meal. You need feta cheese and sun-dried tomatoes, and then basically some kind of meat and whatever the hell else you want to throw in it. Oh, and spinach. We used to put spinach in it because my mom always had frozen spinach. We did not have spinach for ours, but any random assortment of food plus feta cheese and sun-dried tomatoes, and it's delicious every time. Doesn't matter how you make it, doesn't matter if you put pesto in or don't put pesto in, doesn't matter if you have noodles or no noodles, or if you just do the meat and the vegetables. It's always good.
All right, we got to take a moment here.
What are we doing?
We got to wish Susan a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Susan. Are you going to sing?
I might.
Do it.
Should I sing?
Oh, don't be weird like that. Just do it.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you.
Woo.
That was my jazz hands.
Happy birthday.
Happiest of birthdays.
Cha cha cha.
Yeah. I'll be here all week.
I hope she gets good presents.
Me too. Dumb presents are not good. No one wants dumb presents.
I mean,
no one wants to be like, oh, I opened up as they're all bad presents. Then you got to like pretend that they're good.
I've had lifetimes like that.
Like everything kids get you, except for the heated blanket.
The heated blanket was the best gift anyone could ever give.
Shauna says, I've been giving the condo next door 70s, 80s, a 70s and 80s classic rock beat revision.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm down for that. I'm into the 70s and 80s.
Good evening from Tampa Bay, says United Carnivore. Thank you for being here. Welcome back, my friend. Rick is listening to 101 Strings.
What does 101 Strings sound like?
Less than 102.
Probably.
More than 99.
Probably.
Jen says, no. If I get repeated yawning, devastated leg cramps are on their way.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I get repeated yawning, falling asleep early when I'm not ready for it, is what's on the way.
Mm-hmm. She
Ah,
says one sweet case is for the weekend scrapbook retreat,
nice.
and one sweet case is for KPL since they are back to back.
You've got a happening lifestyle. I'm just saying. Feels like you're
She's-
going a lot of places all
She's
the time.
traveling the world.
Yes. We traveled to
Any way you
Wisconsin.
want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Kenneth is here and he says, good evening to you all.
Hi, Kenneth. Sorry for the bad renditions of Journey songs.
Yes.
Sorry. It's just how they come.
I never have the attention span for a director's cut of anything. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. I don't know that I can't think of anything I actually watched the director's cut of and went, that's better.
This one is way better because there's like more character development, more of the Band-Aid development, and just the interaction with the bands. It's really great. It's got what the hell's his name from My Name Is Earl.
Mm-hmm.
He's the vocalist for this band, and they're called Stillwater.
Mm.
And they have a song called Fever Dog, and it's all the music by the band Fever Dog is written by Peter Frampton.
Mm.
It's actually really good. It's about Cameron Crowe's adventure of being like 15 and traveling with like the biggest rock bands of the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like traveling with like Led Zeppelin and stuff, like legitimately traveling with these bands, and he's 16. So yeah.
That would have been fun.
Oh yeah. United Carnivore says, don't forget next Florida meetup, October 25th in Melbourne, Florida. So far, Old Guy Carnivore and Dr. Vasquez and Dr. Kiltz to attend. All are welcome. If you are in the Florida area, the Melbourne, Florida area, I'm guessing that's somewhere in the
state.
It's in the state of Florida.
Most likely.
It's probably within the borders of Florida, not in Georgia or Alabama.
It's very possible it could be elsewhere, but I'm betting it's in the state of Florida.
Probably. I'm just going to venture to guess. I'm going to wager some money on that. I'd bet $1 million that it's in Florida on the 25th in Melbourne. Melbourne. Yes. But go eat, drink, be merry, or Steve, or
people,
or whatever your name is. You can be whatever your name is. You don't have to be Mary.
I mean,
it could be. It's been a while, but I've seen Almost Famous a few times. Yeah, I had the director's cut. It was awesome. Oh, my ears are itchy today.
We're a hot mess today. We're barely one human being.
That's true.
Just saying.
Susan is asking if I'm going to be at Keto Palooza this year. I will be. She will not.
I will not. I will be at work. Yeah. All the fun things. Oh.
Sean's having shaved steak, which is better than furry steak.
Well, it's true. If your steak is furry.
And eggs for dinner.
Or your eggs are furry. You may need to look into getting something else for dinner.
I know. You had to shave them. Shave and a haircut. Two bits.
Two bits.
Yeah, that's what I said.
This guy.
I don't think any of my vehicles will make it to Melbourne. Do you have a jet ski?
You got one of those airboats
Rick, you should have an airboat. You tell me you don't have an airboat, Rick. You're totally like an airboat captain.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah. Like one of those like swamp people airboats. I'm not saying you're a swamp people, but I'm not saying you're not a swamp people.
Might be a good way to travel where you are.
Good way to get those ducks and iguanas and gators and pythons. The new miracle noodles made of egg whites are tempting but too expensive. Yes.
We tried the what are those flat egg things? You know, the egg
life wraps.
Egg life wraps, and cutting them into like strips and using them as noodles in a soup. That was pretty good.
It's pretty tasty.
Tasted like egg noodles.
I forget what we were going to make them with, and I bought some and then they went bad. we were gonna make something and I forgot about them, and the egg noodles, the egg life wraps went bad, so we didn't make it. But I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. But we did do them and cut them into strips and use them as egg noodles. They basically, it's like an egg noodle. It's
I
very
wonder
good.
if you could make mac and cheese with those.
I don't know. We'd have to try it. They're not super structurally sound.
They'll be fine. So he's like, forget noodles. I have iguana instead.
I mean, if you cut it the right way, it could be just like noodles.
Do you think you could do the Chris Cook in Nashville noodles, the protein noodles, but with iguana meat? Probably could.
I mean, meat is meat.
Oh, I have that stuff. Feta and sun-dried tomatoes. Air frying auntie.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Throw it all together. It's really good.
That's what's up.
So we used to make the noodles first, throw all of the ingredients in, otherwise put the feta in while the noodles are still warm. And then like stir it all together so the feta will start melting a little, but you don't want to put the feta like into it on the stove because then it melts and you kind of lose the flavor of it. Like it melts too much. So it's very, very good.
Yeah, Rick, think positive. Think positive, Rick. The only thing I can afford now is a bike ride, and I need a van to have a place to stay.
Down by the river.
Yeah. Have you thought about becoming a motivational speaker?
Yes.
You're going to need an iguana down by the river.
Yes.
Get a duck suit.
They need to be all
And he
feathery.
says, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. You are so welcome.
You are very welcome. I will have him sing to you whenever you like. And I will point and laugh.
Music therapy. It's great. Am I the only person here who likes the music of 101 Strings?
I just don't know.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I've been listening to the new Black Dahlia Murder record. Just came out Friday. It's pretty good. I'm seeing them this Friday. Pretty excited about it. This weekend, I saw Power Glove. They were really good. And I saw them with Galactic Empire. You know, nothing like the Imperial March, but in metal. She's eating a homemade mug cake with cream cheese frosting. We just got home from our steak at Texas Roadhouse. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good birthday.
101 Strings Orchestra is the brand for a highly successful, easy listening symphonic music organization with a discography exceeding 150 albums.
That's why you don't have any money.
And a creative lifetime of around 30 years, starting in 1957.
Good evening, Brenda.
I actually like symphony music. I used to listen to it when I was studying in school.
I like Symphony X.
And I feel like it helps my brain a little better, but it also puts me to sleep.
There's a Megadeth song called Symphony of Destruction.
I've heard that too, but that's not what I mean.
So Shauna says, I'm trying to reclaim Journey from Glee. Our granddaughter gets in the car this morning and she wants to listen to the soundtrack
of Mamma Mia.
When you want to disown your children for having your granddaughter watch Mamma Mia.
So here's the thing. I actually like ABBA.
I love ABBA.
But I can't take it constantly. It's a one ABBA song and then 3 other something else's. And then one ABBA song. And then maybe 5 something else's.
What can I say? I like Swedish music.
But this Mamma Mia soundtrack, it's painful. It's honestly painful. I don't want to hear, who was it? Glenn Close? Isn't that who it was?
Yeah.
I don't really want to hear her sing ABBA songs. I just don't. I'm just saying.
And then have a 6-year-old try to talk to us about the thing and get this facts wrong because she's 6.
Yeah.
Jen says, sounds like blank. Surprise, at my house, I'd grab 1 meat, 1 veg, 1 sauce or cheese, and 1 seasoning. It would be 1 skillet chicken surprise or beef surprise.
Nice.
Pretty soon, Shauna is going to be air flying auntie.
Right?
Air flying auntie. I'm hoping I'll be sleeping at least the first 4 hours, taking a red eye.
Oh, I hope you are too.
Hope you don't have pink eye.
Very different things.
You know what? No one likes you.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about yourself there.
Jahil says, "Hi, Auntie. Hi, everyone."
Hi, Jahil.
I sent him a video. One of
That's always questionable.
I know. I send Jahil stuff. I don't send anybody else. But I sent him as one of Kyle's video, one of the Vulgar Chef videos.
Oh yeah,
the one where he had like the hot dog things, and he was like,
I don't want to know.
I know.
I can't watch it.
Yeah.
It's wrong. And I know that that's his whole thing, but it's wrong.
Who else is going on the 2KK cruise away in December? Not these guys.
Not I, said the fly.
We don't have that kind of monies.
No, we do not.
And she doesn't want to go on those.
So I have a healthy fear of the ocean. And you know, I've been on it many, many times, and I've been on chartered boats, and I've been on the ocean for weeks at a time, and I'm good. I don't need to do it again. I'm solid.
I've never done these things because I grew up in a different environment and I didn't get to travel.
I like being at the beach, but I want to see the land.
I'm always near the beach.
You are always near a beach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always near.
Mm-hmm. Rick used to have a swamp buggy.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Jen Lucas is like on Johnny Quest or Johnny Five Alive.
That's a very different show. I don't know where you are tonight, but I don't know.
I'm always the same. I'm always
I don't think
there.
Yeah. Always ADD. Got it.
I have an ATEX 6-wheeler amphibious buggy.
Ooh,
see,
that would be fun.
You could get there.
I bet you could gas that puppy up and get there in no time.
I mean, I don't know how many gas stations are on the bayou, but you can get there.
You know, you put a couple cans in the back. It'll be fine. Just don't let anybody hit you from behind.
I mean, or you can.
Depending on what your goals are.
Right?
That's a no.
Party. Sean says, we tried the spaghetti miracle noodles. They are really good. They are really pricey, though. I mean, they're like, I think the ones we were getting, they were like $4 a bag.
The konjac ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive. They're okay. I feel like they lend themselves more to Asian cuisine as opposed to like spaghetti or like midnight noodles kind of thing. They give off rice noodle. You know, they're like kind of chewy, kind of clear. They give off rice noodle.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but they fit only really, for me, a specific type of food.
Shauna says, honestly, don't think I miss noodles enough to fake it. I mean, sometimes you just want it.
So, of the things that this fatness loves, cookies, noodles, bread. And in that order, in reality. Actually, probably noodles, cookies, bread in that order. Because I've always been a noodle girl. We used to make spaghetti, and I would eat the spaghetti cooked with nothing else on it, just the noodles out of the colander. Like, I just like noodles. I know, it's a problem.
Jen says she'll try making chicken Alfredo with egg life wraps.
Those would really lend themselves to that.
Yeah,
I feel like that would work. I don't know how structurally sound they would be for mac and cheese because there's a lot of stirring.
I mean, they held up. They held up in just the chicken noodle liquid.
Yeah.
So I don't see how it wouldn't. They held up and they didn't break apart.
True.
They held up really well. I think they would do really well.
We can try it. We can try to make some mac and cheese with them.
Just gotta cut them.
But I feel like they would really lend themselves to a chicken Alfredo because really you're making the sauce with the chicken and then just throwing it over the noodles and tossing it. But I think that would probably work out well.
How about cauli rice instead of noodles? That's what we did. Yeah,
that's what we did. Cauli rice with some broccoli rice. So just really small broccoli.
Sorry I'm late. The people at Starbucks came out and told me to disconnect from their internet. And I started kicking my tent. I then threatened them with carbs, and they called the police, so I had to run.
I'm surprised you didn't just pee on the sidewalk and tell them to get away.
I mean,
because you pick up a stray cat and throw it at them.
It is Jersey.
It is Jersey.
You know. Because I found an open Wi-Fi connection next to a gentleman's club. Hopefully my info doesn't get stolen. Hope you
Again,
have a good VPN.
throw a cat, pee on the sidewalk. You'll be fine.
Matt Franklin's in the house with the
Hello.
Disney magic.
Oh, I miss that Disney magic.
I know, right now, especially right now, it's October.
I know.
October is the time to be in Disney,
It really is.
especially October 31st.
Well, and here's the other good thing about October. That swamp heat usually dies down.
I mean, it was pretty warm for us when we were there last year.
It was warm, but it wasn't like
Overbearing.
It wasn't like I couldn't breathe.
It was just that one day while we were in line at Ratatouille.
That was
well, you were holding a toddler while she slept.
Well, she was big.
And in line for an hour.
I held that child for over an hour while she was asleep, and we barely moved.
But people were so good; they were like holding fans up for us and
trying to cool me down.
Yeah.
Wow, she was heavy. She couldn't have been more than 35 pounds at the time, but 35 pounds.
She's been about 40 pounds for like 2 years.
Well,
she's been like
35 to 40 pounds gets heavy after about an hour.
Yeah.
And you try to move her around, like switch arms, but doesn't really help. And there are no chairs. There was nowhere to sit.
Anyone want my 101 degree weather currently at 4 p.m.?
Sure don't.
No.
Not willing to trade for that. Sorry.
No.
I am comfortable in my hoodie with my blanket and my cat. That is a warm cat. I like it chilly.
Yes, but 101 Strings albums were free from the trash can.
I bet they're expensive on eBay now.
Sharing a low carb journey said, stopping by to say hi.
Matter of fact, I'm going to check that. 101 Strings.
Goodwill used to have them for $1. $1.
There is nothing in Goodwill you can buy for $1 here in Indy.
Coffee mug for 99 cents.
Sometimes. Not always.
Oh, we haven't finished Fallout. Totally forgot. We just forgot. We've gone on to other stuff.
Oh, you can buy some albums for $4.
Are those vinyl?
No, CDs. Do you want me to see what vinyl?
No. I don't even know. He's probably, knowing Rick, he probably has a phonograph. He's got a picture of a phonograph.
Please don't put that song in my head. Ooh, the vinyl's even cheaper. $3. Plus shipping, though. Shipping's like $6.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So total $9. Ooh, 99 cents with $4.63 shipping. Oh, wait, that's not 101 Strings. That was something different. I guess maybe there are none of those.
Shauna says, ABBA. I love it.
ABBA. I do like ABBA. I just can't take it back to back to back. I just can't. It's very painful in my head. It's good. One song with a break. And then one song with an even longer break. But back to back is just too much.
You said 101 Strings Astro Sounds was my favorite. White Zombie Astro Creep 2000 was my favorite.
Close.
Astro. Then there was also a band that this girl that I was friends with in school. She was a big fan of this band called Man or Astro Man. It all fits my brain. That's how it works. You're going to be here. You got to understand. Have
you ever seen one of those boards that people try to do to come up with ideas? And they're just there's a circle and then there's another circle and they're like all random circles. No. That's different. Those are circles that connect to each other. Just a bunch of circles everywhere and they're all connected by lines, but none of them really have any connection with each other. This is his brain.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Let me see if I can find one.
Shauna says, oh, that version of Mamma Mia. Yikes. Yikes is correct.
Yes, it's not good.
You take mortal man, put him in control, watch him become God. The one song my oldest wanted to learn to play on guitar was Symphony of Destruction. I've been excited, okay? So I'm a huge Clutch fan. and I've got my alarm is 10001111. I'll put it in the chat here if I can. It's 1000111001. This is the song, and it's a Clutch song, and that's my alarm every morning. And we get in the car, and she's like, "I want to listen to the 101100 by Clutch, Pa," and she's singing it. And like the whole song is like all non sequiturs. Like it's just weird lines in the song. Talking about, periodic tables and, all that. And like, smile, taste kittens. It's just a weird song, but it's good.
It has a bunch of lyrics.
And there's like a nice Hammond organ in the background. It's a good song. And she likes it. Clutch, my favorite. I have seen them 26 times. Hopefully they come around again soon. Hopefully.
Okay. So this is what I mean. It's called like an idea map. You see that? In theory, there's a main focus in the center, and you're coming up with ideas around it. And so things connect to each other. Except for there's no main focus in the center. It's just a bunch of random ass circles.
No, the center is just my brain.
All these random circles. Just
it makes
everywhere.
Sense to me.
And only.
And then I've got Deathy McGee over here.
I'm not.
I have to really work on not getting upset when she doesn't hear when I talk. Because I'll say something and she goes, "Huh?" And then I take that as she's not listening to me.
Sometimes I'm not. I mean, let's be fair.
And I have to understand that eventually she's going to need an ear horn. She's going to be like, "Say it again, Sonny."
So the other day on Facebook, somebody posted a thing like you're a quote from a movie that just sticks in your head all the time. And mine is, "Alma, check your battery." And that is from Sister Act. And I say it often at work when somebody's not paying attention, but it really relates to me not paying attention to him.
Oh, like a patient you had, not to get too deep into her work, but they had a patient the other day they didn't know was deaf.
Oh, the worst. Non-reactive to verbal stimuli at all.
Because they were deaf.
Found out after having him for 2 days, deaf. That patient.
You think that would have been in the paperwork somewhere?
You think it'd have been in the chart, but it was not. It was not.
And she's in ICU, so
you're thinking things aren't functioning up here.
And they just haven't been.
Anywho.
Have you ever heard of Snarky Puppy? I've heard of Skinny Puppy.
I have not heard of Snarky Puppy.
I do not know what Snarky Puppy is, but Skinny Puppy is an industrial band from the 90s.
Oh, I'm burpy.
You are burpy. Shauna says, "Arrive in Columbus in 6 days and 16 hours.
Woo, woo.
But who's counting?" She's got her abacus. She's
That's how she works.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a calculator, just an abacus, huh?
Why would you use a calculator to count down the time? You wouldn't. That doesn't even make any sense.
I don't like you.
That's true. You love me. You like me.
I don't know.
You don't like me, but you like me.
It's getting awful thin.
It's true. I have that effect on people. Andy and Susan are going on the 2KK cruise.
Very cool.
Put me in your luggage. I don't weigh a lot.
You could cut him up.
You put me in multiple luggages, but you got to promise to sew me back together.
Just throw him over.
Shauna, can you sew? Are you going to be on the 2KK cruise? Someone needs to sew me back together.
Just throw him overboard. It'll be fine.
Look, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I need this in my life. Hey, Dustin, your beard is especially awesome today.
You're going to give him a big head.
It's already huge.
He's going to think he's special. Bad idea. You know what he really likes? He likes it when people braid it.
No, I do not.
And try to put clips in it.
Well, I mean, if you're this tall and 6.
And glitter. He really wants glitter in his beard. So everybody going to KPL, you know what to do. Bring a pretty bow or glitter Just right in here. He loves it.
Anyway. Jen says, that's because you spent all at Disney.
That's true.
That is true.
That is true.
Can't afford Disney. That's more than my whole year Mad Money.
That's more than 2 years Mad Money for us. Matter of
Well,
fact.
we did it anyway.
Yeah, we did. Still paying it off.
I mean, you just got to. Got to know.
I was on a different. Got to.
The newest ones are eye white. I have some. Wait, what are we talking about?
Egg white.
Oh.
Next. Egg white.
Okay.
I can actually see that from here. I'm pretty
Spell
special.
check, egg whites. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they're only online. I asked them on their thing when they're going to put them in stores, but no response. For me, it's San Francisco sourdough bread. Sourdough.
I'd be down for that.
Bread.
Again, reasons I'm fat.
Bread, like all warm and soft and chewy on the inside, crispy, crunchy on the outside, like a nice crust.
Yeah.
I was always the kid, like kids always want their crust cut off. I did not. I was like, I eat the bread from the bottom to the top, so I get the crust last.
You are weird. But I would eat the heels of the bread because
I eat the heels of the bread. That's my favorite. Everyone's like, I hate the heels. I'm like, give them to me. I make a sandwich out of 2 heels.
I like bread. But noodles are the first.
I watched a couple of Victoria's cookies recipe videos today that look good. Chocolate chip and sugar cookies. Now, is this a keto person? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Rick says, Jahil, you need to get a van. Have you guys
Down by the river.
Have you guys ever read the book by Henry Rollins, Get in the Van? That is awesome. It's very weird. It's about his time in Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
So in like the early 80s, like 81, 82, and 83. And it's like the weird rigors of being a touring band in a van all across the country and being dirt poor. Like they talk about like going to like Wendy's when Wendy's used to have the buffet.
I don't remember.
Well, of course
I didn't get fast food as a child.
Well, Wendy's used to have a buffet. They had like a taco bar and all this stuff. So what they would do is he would say they would go like when they'd go out and they would be postering for shows and they would stop in at Wendy's. They didn't have very much money. So they would get just the salad bar because it was like $1.99 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they'd get a plate, put the plate on the tray, and then make the tray their plate. So they'd fill the entire tray up with salad and all the stuff and eat it. Because you get it was like not all you can eat. It was just like a plate. You got a plate. I mean, I don't know who was monitoring that, but I mean, it was in the early 80s.
Well,
I mean, remember what you don't, but you guys remember because she is bougie. Don't tell her to say anything, but super bougie. Anyway,
I got McDonald's twice as a child.
Yeah, you got to go to Europe. How many times?
I was a teenager,
mm-hmm.
But as a child, I got McDonald's twice.
You got to go on boats and be in the ocean, and you got to go to a Cayman, and probably if you really want to, Aruba. Yeah,
McDonald's twice.
I got to go out and back and play in the hose.
You are the hose.
Where my hose at?
Anywho,
you know what?
I got McDonald's twice as a child. One when I fell and cut my head open. And then the other one when I stepped on a nail and cut my foot open. Those are the 2 times I got McDonald's as a child.
I'll try to shed a tear for you.
Nobody likes you.
I know. Jahil, just take 1 sock and hand it to them. Thanks for the tip. All right. So Sean's asking, anyone else like watching Disney's Legend of Sleepy Hollow this time of year? The one with Bing Crosby narrating. I absolutely love that cartoon.
I don't know, but I will be watching it now. I usually watch the Johnny Depp version of Sleepy Hollow, which is not great, but I still love it. I mean, it's absolutely not good, but I do like it. There's a lot of movies I like that are not good.
Well,
especially the Halloween.
Well, we went and saw Beetlejuice last night.
Oh, boo.
It was like 4 stories that should have been like 2 or 3 separate movies, all squished together, and then Beetlejuice thrown in.
It just, There were too many characters, underdeveloped stories, underdeveloped characters. And they spent a lot of time focusing on
Trying to figure out how to say this on YouTube.
on a character from the previous movie who was dead in this movie who really shouldn't have gotten focus because of the history of the person, not the character.
So the real life
Person.
escapades of said person and their jail. I think they're in jail.
I believe they're
Yeah.
either in jail or actually have passed.
Yeah.
But
Not a good person.
not a good person. And I felt like there was a lot of focus on that character throughout the movie. And it just, first off, finding out about that person and what they did in real life, not as a character, really made it hard for me to watch the original Beetlejuice again. And then after that, seeing this one, I just felt like it was very glorifying of that character, which I understand.
This
the
character
difference
is also
between-
in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I understand the difference between a character and the person playing the character. However, it could have very easily been, oh, they've passed. That was sad.
And move on.
And keep going.
Yeah.
But it was a main focus of the movie throughout the movie. Anywho, that just was very off-putting for me personally.
Rick has turntables, 8 tracks, reel, and cassette.
You got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at.
Andy said, "Thank you for watching my videos, Dustin. Can you tell my Sundays are more fun with you?" I'm glad that everybody enjoys my Sundays. I enjoy my Sundays very much. If I have to be here alone,
You're not alone. You've got all of them.
what I mean is, you leave me here to my own devices. Meet my devices.
Yeah. You guys, you got to encourage him to work while he talks.
Well, I can't really do that when I'm doing the live.
You can.
No. It would just not be as engaging. 101 Strings Astro Sounds is on YouTube. I imagine it probably would be.
Mm-hmm.
You are hitting me right in the feels, Dustin, with these music references. White Zombie, Astro Cube 2000 was my jam when I was getting out of the Navy. I was a sophomore in high school, something like that. That came out in 96. Evelyn.
Well, hello.
I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. Well, down the rabbit hole you go.
Yes.
Yes. Jen says, most people think A, B, C, D. I think R, Z, K for eggplant. I bet you do think about eggplants. On Friday, I go around whistling if I only had a brain. I had a tune in my head today, but I can't remember what it is, and I couldn't remember what it was from. But I had the tune in my head today, so there's that. Sorry, I can craft, but I can't sew. Well, that's not good. How are you ever going to put me back together again? Rick says, I know I am special. Indeed. Shoot, I'm this tall, but I'm not 6. We'll call you Sally, Dustin, after we sew you back together. Yeah, that works.
Do it.
Can I tie hair tinsel into your beard?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes. Yes, you can. And beads. He likes beads.
Those are just for you. Those beads, those special beads.
Is that it?
The after dark beads. Rick says he's the tallest carnivore on YouTube. Are you taller than Sean Baker? I think he's 6'5" or 6'6". I can't remember how tall you said you were. But Sean Baker's on the YouTubes. Let's see. Evelyn has a hair twisty thing for your beard. I double dog dare you. I think I'd rather put my tongue on a frozen pole.
To do what?
Than her hair twisty beardy thingy.
Do it.
No.
I would love it. So the person is still alive in real life.
Yeah, okay.
in case you
Victoria's
were wondering.
Keto Kitchen. I use her recipes. That's who Jen was talking about. The
Ah,
cookies.
that's fair. I do like cookies.
For those who have stayed at the Galt House, regular rooms have a refrigerator. They have a little small one. It fits some bottles of water and some cans of sodies. I mean, it's big enough to fit 16-ounce cans.
So like a mini fridge.
Yeah, it is a little mini fridge. Yeah, I mean, nothing huge. You're probably not going to fit leftovers. I mean, you may be able to fit leftovers in there from like a restaurant or whatever, but bags of bacon.
Maybe bring some Ziplocs.
Yeah. Yeah, small one. Steph is here. Hello, Steph.
Thank you for joining us.
Let's see. Rick says, I didn't get taken to McDonald's either. My parents were health conscious.
My parents had 5 children and were cheap and also just don't believe in fast food. And my brother, my mom always said she felt like he probably had something like ADD or ADHD, and the best way to control it was to prevent him from getting preservatives. So everything we ate basically.
That's weird that they knew that back then and like the dyes.
Well,
now.
I don't think that they had it diagnosed as anything, but she said that she felt like when she fed him a natural diet, like homemade foods, he was better behaved. When he would eat junk food or, things like that, he would just get
And that's all he
crazy.
eats now.
Well, that's self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've met him, you've met him.
He's a lot of fun, though. He's a good guy.
Every time I hear you need a van, all I picture is one of those white vans with no windows and a sign that says free coffee or craft supplies.
Hey, if it's got that on the side, you and me both. Let's go.
Stickers. You're out of here.
Free stickers. I'm out.
Steph says, I had some of the original McDonald's in the 60s. Way better before your time. Which way before your time. Oh, yeah. We weren't born till the tail end of the 70s. The last 6 months of the 70s.
Yes.
Jahil says, you need to braid your beard and hook at the end of it so you can be a Mortal Kombat character. It won't go that far. It doesn't end up cutting me.
I mean, it would be kind of cool to try. Just saying.
I need to get a duck hood ornament for my white van.
Yes.
You just need to you need a Jeep so people just give you ducks.
That's weird. I still don't understand that. I just don't.
It's just what it is.
It's just weird. It definitely makes me not want to get a Jeep.
Oh, we saw a purple or a pink, it was a cool color pink Jeep today, and the girl was like super stoked.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 cars ahead of me in the line. And she just saw it, and then she was like waving at me. Then she gets in the car and she's mean to me.
Well, that's just sort of how she is.
It's scary season. The VP debate is tonight.
Oh.
I don't know. It's like,
that's
how do they?
Scary.
It's like they get a list of the best possible candidates all the way to the worst, and then they just turn that list up and go from the top.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Beetlejuice, it took over an hour to get going, but once it's got going, I liked it.
It was slow also, yes. But the first one was slow in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
And it built up.
Well, I mean, like the first one, you didn't even see Beetlejuice until...
at least halfway through.
Yeah.
I mean...
he showed up way sooner than this one than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to watch it. Someone message me and tell me, please. Oh, yeah.
I mean, some people liked it, and people who don't know about that character probably don't have any problems with it, but I just nope. It discolored.
Not a fan of Beetlejuice or Hocus Pocus.
That's it.
Ooh.
I don't think we can be friends.
Beetlejuice 1, fantastic movie.
It was a good movie.
Hocus Pocus, I've warmed up to because she likes it so much.
Hocus Pocus is like the required movie for Halloween. I'm just saying, it's not great, but I love it.
Oh, it's like super camp.
It's all camp. And the second one, equally as campy, but I still love it. And I have to watch it. It's required. It's like, it's the foundation of which all Halloween movies come from, basically.
And Jahil hit the nail right on the head. Beetlejuice could have been great. The story with the guy should have been the main story. I don't want to give anything away, but the guy should have been in the movie in any way and didn't need to see his face either.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, having his face on the shark fin was a little
and
much.
it was just so much focus on that. And I was like, what are we doing here? And my question was, does he still get revenue from the use of his likeness? Because that even irritates me more, that I paid money to go see this movie and he may actually get profit from it. That I feel like is just unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Sean, I can't do many scary movies.
Beetlejuice is not scary.
No. I mean, there's
a jump scare in the first one.
And they're spooky. And there's some kind of, it's creepy, but they're not scary.
Yeah. No, it's not scary.
I mean,
and the second one I wouldn't watch. I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
I like the 80s. Like, I like a lot of the 80s slasher movies. I don't really think they're that scary. I think a lot of them unintentionally are funny.
Yeah.
Especially like, I was at Black Circle over the weekend going to that show, and they had I want to say it was a poster from Prom Night, the horror movie Prom Night. I was like, man, I need to watch that again. Those movies, and Netflix has a bunch of those out now, like the 80s slasher type movies. But I mean, if you're just not into it, you're not into it. But
Yeah.
Oh, Rick says, I have a microphone. If you watch my live streams, I've seen you on lives. May as well admit I didn't even see the first Beetlejuice movie. Not that it was scary, just didn't appeal to me.
The first one was actually very well done. It was slow moving initially, but once you figured out what was happening, it was actually pretty good. And for us, it's just something that we watched as kids. Like it's on par, maybe not as good as, but on par with Goonies and the one where they find the dead kid, the whole journey to find Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Those were movies that were just like the staples of our childhood. So Beetlejuice really fit in there with that. I think if you saw it now and you didn't see it as a part of your childhood, there are going to be things you're going to be like, oh, that's just weird. I don't know how I feel about this. But it's still good. I think it still has merit, the first one, as a movie. It's kind of like weird and kind of artsy, but kind of not even really spooky, but creepy. And it's just, I liked it. I really did. It really fit, our lives when we were kids, and we still watch it and like it. But the new one was meh.
Jahil says Agatha All Along, which was,
I kind of wanted to see that, but we didn't watch the
hardly any of the newer movies.
Well, it's not that. It's the show WandaVision.
Yeah.
We didn't watch WandaVision.
Or Loki.
Or
most of the shows. Most of the TV shows we didn't watch.
I am not watching Rings of Power.
No.
I already know I'm not watching that because, again, as I said the last time we did this, I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies, and I will never get that time of my life back. And I feel like it was stolen from me.
And I think and I watch Critical Drinker, and he talks about Rings of Power and how they're trying to make the orcs into something they're not. Like the orcs are just like in the original books, they're just mindless like war machines. And in this, they're like trying to make them like, no, I don't want to go to war. I'm still with my family and my baby. That's not an orc. That's just like, that's straying away from a character for no reason at all. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never watch the Rings.
And I don't know if I'll watch The Penguin or not. I have access to it.
Agatha All Along looks like it's going to be good. I really love the lady that plays the main character. I love her. She's been in several things that I have watched. I can't think of any of them at the moment, but I love her as an actress. So I think it would be good, but I don't know if I could watch it without having watched WandaVision.
And we've been watching Bad Monkey.
Yes.
With Vince Vaughn. That is a good show. We just got to wait for tomorrow for the next episode. We got
Just chill to the
next episode. Anyway, we got into watching it. Didn't realize that there was like
that it's still coming out. It's new.
so we were watching it, and it went to a different show, and we thought it was the next episode of the show we were watching, and we get like 2 minutes into this, and I'm like,
and we're both going, what's happening?
What does this have to do with? Because like one of the characters look like one of the other characters to us because she's not really in it very much. And we're like, that escalated really quickly. And where did all these people come from? Because it was like a complete different shift. Like the way the move, because Bad Monkey is based in like the Keys of Miami, down where Rick is.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick, I mean, they show iguanas and stuff. And I'm like, oh, where's Rick? There's like iguanas running free and Rick's not chasing behind him. And and they just switched over to a different show. And I'm like, what's this? Yeah. It was like, why do they all have British accents? Like,
because
it didn't make any sense.
Bad Monkey is not over yet.
Yeah.
We're used to watching shows that have been over for quite some time.
Evelyn says, we were shopping at Aldi to get the Harry Potter Squishmallows.
Ooh. Oh, I do. I like a Squishmallow, but I just
in peace,
can't.
Maggie Smith.
Yeah. Can't spend the money on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was McGonagall for Halloween one year. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. You're always a lizard witch. Be careful, lizard witch. Rick might try to catch you. Ow!
I don't like you.
He is 6'6". He's taller than me.
Yeah.
By like 6 inches.
I'm fat. I'll just roll away. Bloop, 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 bloop.
I love her. Yeah, Dr. Barry's like 6'2". He's very tall compared to you, Steph. Steph is not tall. She's not really all that short either, but she's not tall.
Yeah.
Cookies are nasty, says Rick. Barely duck food. I don't think you understand what cookies are.
I'm pretty sure you're confused.
I mean, they're really good. Saying. Cookies. If it wasn't for cookies, I probably would have been fat in the first place.
Yeah. If it wasn't for cookies and noodles, I probably would have always been slim.
Let's see. One thing Shell and I started doing is when someone asks if they're special, we'll say, the specialist. Yeah.
I like that.
Let's see. I use the fridge full of mayo and sardines.
Ooh. No. Bad decisions.
She said your mom rocked. No. No.
Well.
I mean, she was ahead of her time on certain things, but she was very far behind on others.
She's something.
At least she didn't have an Iron Maiden.
She's something.
Jennifer says, I follow the Feinberg diet for my son with ADHD. A red sucker could make him go to 72 hours without any sleep.
So when he was a teenager, he is 5 years older than I am. And I was like, 9, 8, 9, 10, and he was a teenager. He would go to the store and buy a like big paper bag full of candy. And then he would go to the fishing store and buy worms. And he would bring the bag of candy and bring a bag of worms and stay up all weekend. And if it was in the summertime, it might be a week at a time, being down at the lake behind the house, because we grew up on a reservoir, and just fishing all night long, staying up all night long, just popping candy. And he just didn't quit. He just candy. No real food, just fish and candy. So when mom was in charge of feeding him, we all ate what he ate. And almost everything was homemade. Still didn't stop me from loving noodles and cookies.
Sean says, so I'm bringing a portable fridge with us to KPL. I'm going to bring smoked ribs and smoked salmon to share.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Jeanette Cleveland is in the house. She says, I bought way too many rubber duckies to hand off for trick or treat, and I'm just going to duck random cars because I think everyone should get rubber duckies for their cars. I agree.
I just don't understand it. I mean, obviously it's not for me, but I just don't understand.
Let's see. I thought the required movies were The Fly and the Birds, which I've seen both. Well, I've seen The Fly 2, the one with with
Jeff Goldblum,
no.
wasn't he in
Well,
that?
he was in 1 and 2, but Eric Stoltz was
I
in the
like
2.
Eric Stoltz. I don't think I've seen The Fly, actually, but I have seen The Birds.
You are the birds. Shauna says Hollywood will sadly make $1 from anyone, no matter. Well, I mean, Hollywood is pretty much.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Rick says I like the Ernest movies. And the last movie I went to was Moving Violations. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that one is, but I did like the Ernest movies. We used to watch Ernest Goes to Camp when I was a kid. That one was my favorite one.
Jeanette's asking if I went to Woodman's when I was up in Wisconsin.
Yes.
I did. I went there. I got just random stuff that I found. I got her some chocolate chips, some coffee chocolate chips.
Oh, I haven't tried them yet.
The Lily's.
What are they called?
Espresso
chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Haven't tried them yet, but
and I got a bag
looks
of
promising.
hot cocoa marshmallow ones. So they're just flavored with marshmallow. They might be gross.
I bet those will be gross, but the coffee ones might be good.
We were in Wisconsin and we went through like 2 tanks of gas and an SUV because of all the driving we did up there because everyone was so far apart.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, all the Airbnbs up there are around the lakes.
Mhm.
There was a bunch of lakes up there. Like we stayed at Silver Lake. So the Airbnb where we were was right off Silver Lake.
Mhm.
And then the lake that your parents and sister were on,
Titchigan.
And I'm not sure where Sis and them stayed.
They stayed in Milwaukee.
Oh, they stayed in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then
Milwaukee.
The wedding was at Waterford.
Yes.
The wedding was in Waterford,
which is near Titchigan.
Yeah. So it wasn't far from Titchigan.
So we were about 30 minutes from Titchigan and 30 minutes from where my sister lives.
We were 45 minutes from where your sister lives.
45 minutes from my sister lives and an hour in total away from Milwaukee. But there just weren't Airbnbs. There weren't many anyway. And then the ones that there were would, plenty of bedrooms, 1 bathroom.
Yep.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
So the one that we ended up getting was further away, but it had enough bathrooms for everybody.
Jason said, sup, dude.
Sup,
dude. Hey. What up, bro? Hey, bruv.
Oh, Lord, don't start that one.
Hey, bruv.
No, you're not British.
You're not British.
I know.
Be over here juggling your fruit.
Not Wisconsin either.
I really like the Goosebumps movie with Jack Black. I didn't watch that one.
Didn't watch that. I'm not a fan of Jack Black.
Jack Black is very
hard to handle.
Yeah. Like I liked him in
the Jumanji movies.
The Jumanji movies, he was really good in that.
But he wasn't playing himself.
No.
I liked him in Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. But he's playing a Kung Fu Panda.
Right. He's so hard to handle.
We like Loki. We just didn't watch the show.
Yes, I love Loki as a character. I just didn't watch the show. I don't think we'll never watch it, but it just wasn't a priority. There were lots of other things happening at that time.
Matt says the only good Marvel show was Daredevil. We liked the first season of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, Jessica Jones was good.
Well, the character that David Tennant was a David David something. I'm sure you guys will know. He did a fantastic job of that character. That guy being able to make you bend to his will. I like that character a lot.
He played that very well.
Jahil says that they apparently didn't pay him because they just used his likeness from the first film, which they had the right to. But still, I didn't want to see him at all. I agree.
I was very...
They could have mentioned him in passing because they did mention, the 2 people in the house from before.
Right. But it could have been a very quick blurb, passed away, bum, and then actually have the rest of the storylines play out. But instead, there was like so much attributed to him. And I was like, what is happening? Does anybody not know who this person is? It was in bad taste. I felt like it was in very bad taste.
Nan is here. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Nan. You are not in bad taste.
We don't even know what she tastes like at all.
Exactly.
She could taste like chicken. We don't know. We don't even know what seasoning she comes with.
Right.
Could be spicy. We don't know. Maritza's here.
Hi, Maritza.
And let's see. Sean says, Matt, I thought the Punisher was really good as well. The others, not so much. I mean, they're all hit or miss. I think they were just trying so hard to push him out so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch Daredevil.
They did a lot back to back to back to back. I can honestly say that I did like the Avengers movies, not all the little offshoot ones, but the actual Avengers movies. I liked Ant-Man. I
The third
liked
Ant-Man we didn't even finish.
No, the first
The
Ant-Man.
first two were good.
The second one was okay.
Yeah.
I liked the Black Panther. The first one was very well done. I liked it. And I know that that's lots of people don't, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And I liked I pretty much liked all the Iron Man ones. Robert Downey Jr. is just I just can't. I love that man. And I know I shouldn't. He is a train wreck of a human, and probably, I mean, he's improved his life, obviously, significantly. But like, he's like one of those 80s people you fell in love with in the 80s, and even all of the struggles, all of the struggles he went through and everything, and to turn around in the end and still be someone, someone who
He's good in movies. I wouldn't say I would want to hang out with him.
Someone who can be a reputable person. I just enjoy him. I enjoy him as a character, and I feel like his character is him. It really comes off as like that's just who he is as a person. And again, wouldn't probably want to hang out with him. Definitely love watching him on the big screen.
Maritza says, just finished up Chris Cook and Nashville's live.
Nice.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody coming over from them.
Yes.
Matt says, haven't sat down to watch Punisher, but he's in Daredevil for most of 2 seasons. Let's see. Oh, yeah. To watch Agatha, you don't really need to know about WandaVision after the first episode. At least not from the episodes I've seen so far. Episode 2 and 3 have just been witchy fun.
So we might watch it.
Yeah.
I love the lady who plays the main character. She's been in, I can't even think of, but several other things I've watched, and I just like her as an actress.
Steph says she's 5'2", so yeah, she is short.
Yes.
I mean, she is like a good 1.5 feet shorter than Rick, about a foot shorter than Dr. Barry.
About a foot shorter than our youngest son. Actually, I don't know how tall they all are.
Who?
Now. The boys.
Yeah, they're all above 6 foot.
Yeah.
Jen says she may be taller laying down on her side.
Me too.
Does Swedish fish count as both fish as well as candy?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you could count it in the protein department. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island, so I mean, Swedish fish could be both fish and candy.
Yep. They're just fish from Sweden. That's all.
They're like, it's like the only fish that goes pork, pork, pork.
Oh.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Matt says he can 3D print a bunch of rubber duckies.
Do. I still don't. I don't get it. I don't understand the why. I don't understand the why behind it.
Let's see. Shauna says, make mine purple. Everyone ready for KPL? Yeah, I'm super stoked. I talked to James today, Ready Set Keto. He called today. Talked to him on the way to get the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Shauna says, Lily's espresso chips. I'll trade you for fudge for Chandra. I don't know. I had to pry the chips out of her hands. I mean, I don't.
Let me try them, because if I don't like them, I'll send him down with the bag. So let me try them, and we'll see if they're any good. They're up in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Let me go see if I can find them. Hang on. Ooh.
I don't know if they're in the cabinet or I think they are.
Oh, the cat is attached to the blanket. He's not.
Ow! He got my foot.
He was a little stuck. Okay.
All right. While she's gone, talk amongst yourselves. Or just talk to me, whatever. I'm fine.
My knee did not want to work.
Matt says that he has a filament that is half purple and half gold. Color depends on which way you look at it. That sounds pretty sweet. Brenda says, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. It does sound pretty. Well, I guess we'll do a taste test right here for you guys. Impromptu. Nan says, last doctor visit, nurse was measuring my height. She said, not sure if you're 4'11 or 5 foot. I said, oh, give me a break. Make it 5.
I think that's fair.
You should have said, give me a break. Take 5.
Okay. Lily's chocolate espresso baking chips. So, made with 40% cacao.
It's like ka-chow.
They do say 7 grams total carbs, 3 dietary fiber, 3 sugar alcohols. What do we got? Sweetened with erythritol, chicory root fiber. Does have natural flavor and stevia.
Well, that's another thing.
That says less than 2%.
Yeah.
So the stevia is in that less than 2% of these ingredients type of thing.
Yeah, stevia is a very sweet thing, I think.
Yeah, but some people get headaches when they have it, so I can't make it open. I'll get there. Give me a mic.
All right, I'll get some more comments here.
Ooh. Oh, they smell like coffee.
She says, I mean, unless you can make a dragonfly. Dragonfly is a good song by Clutch. Check it out. I was born a dragonfly.
Okay, that's what they look like.
They look like chocolate chips.
They smell like coffee.
Will I be driving back up 5 hours to buy some more? So I haven't seen them anywhere here. That doesn't mean they don't exist. But they just had a huge variety up there. While I'm chewing, Shauna liked Jack Black on the Holiday.
Oh, I did watch that. He was okay in that.
It's like the flavor of a chocolate-covered espresso bean without the gritty, chunky, crunchy.
Yeah. Well,
is there actually any coffee in this?
It's very mild. I like it, though. No, it doesn't say there's any coffee in it.
So it must be in the natural flavors. Jen says, when you're allergic to those things, you become addicted to them and can find them anywhere. We had to get rid of Play-Doh, Lincoln Logs, wooden dominoes. He would suck on them for food coloring. That's weird.
Well,
I mean, the fact that you would think of it.
Kids are weird.
But so I've got a video that I've got to make. I've already got the thumbnail made. I've got the script and the outline ready to go. I had made a video a couple of months ago about Element and there being 4 milligrams of maltodextrin in each packet, leaving a teaspoon of maltodextrin across 1,000 packets. Well, information has changed. Therefore, it's changed enough that I need to make another video about it. So be on the lookout for that. That should maybe, if I work on it after this tonight, then it'll be out of it'll be up in the morning.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. Evelyn said David Tennant. That's who it is. The Purple Man. I thought he's great. He was in some other things. We'd be like, oh, he's the demon in that show we like on Amazon Prime.
Good Omens.
Good Omens. Oh, he's so good. He's so good in Good Omens. Oh,
I want to just watch it all again.
Yes, it's so.
Did we decide were they going to have more of that?
I think there's going to be a 3rd season. Let me look it up.
It was amazing. It's an amazing show.
Good Omens season 3.
Shauna, I will not send you a whole bag of those chocolate chips. Oh, they are going to do it? Fabulous.
It says on hold.
Oh.
Will there be Good Omens season 3 confirmed? In December 2023, Good Omens was officially renewed for a third season. Gaiman announced the news with a statement saying, "I'm thrilled to finally complete the story that Terry and I plotted in 1989 and 2006."
Yes.
And I guess it's going to be the third and final season.
I'm fine with that.
Now it says season 3 paused.
Not canceled, though.
Yeah.
Anywho.
But I mean, it may not.
Very good show.
Yeah.
Very good. If you have the time, there's 2 seasons already out. I want to rewatch it before the third season comes out anyway.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I probably will not send a whole bag of those chocolate chips down, but I may send a Ziploc baggie with some, just so you can have some.
Last summer, I went to an MCU rabbit hole and watched all the obscure movies I could find.
Nice.
I think most of them are on Disney Plus.
There's a large portion of them on Disney Plus.
Auntie, I could definitely make a dragonfly. She would love it. OMG, she says.
But can you make the dragon talk?
Can it breathe fire?
Right.
Auntie, let me look into it. I have a ton of printing to get done, but I'm sure I can fit a dragonfly in there somewhere.
That would be cool. The Moon Knight.
Yeah, we didn't watch that one. Oh, she says I liked Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Moon Knight was amazing. We don't know, like, that's the thing is we just didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, we thought about it, but then something else came up instead. So
Yeah.
you know how that is. There's too much TV to actually plan your life.
But I'm in the mental health field, basically. Talking about why she liked it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maritza says she's 5'1".
I claim 5'7". Reality is probably a little different, but that's what I'm claiming.
Jen says if you put black curtains behind you, you truly be talking heads. I mean, like, I have that upstairs in my office, but it doesn't, like, the way I have it set up for everything to work, because the way I laid it out, I didn't lay it out.
Surprisingly, we're actually both wearing gray.
Yeah, I'm wearing gray.
It does look like it's black,
Yeah.
though, but we're both wearing gray. And the couch is black. Well, dark gray.
Her Dr. Barry's 6'5". I don't think he's 6'5". He might be, but I'm like 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere in that, depending on my shoes and my posture that day. Let's see. Shauna
I'm
says,
sticking with 5'7".
I've never been accused of being too tall. Fair enough. Chip exchange, I'll have to look for some too.
I will give you a good baggie full, but not a whole bag.
We didn't watch Madam Web.
Didn't watch
it. Didn't look good.
We tried to watch some of the Mrs. Hulk one, the female Hulk.
I didn't even.
I think I watched an episode of it. It was terrible.
I didn't even try.
It was so bad.
Let's see. I don't think we can get that flavor here, of course. I mean, like I said, we had to go to a specialty
store,
so like
5 hours away.
Woodman's is a gigantic store.
No.
It's like the size of a Walmart.
Let me see if it's on Amazon.
But it's huge. Huge. Greatest store ever.
You do love it. And we were there long enough so that I could be at Goodwill.
Yeah. So I just let her go to Goodwill and do her thing. And I just walked around until I literally looked at everything like 3 times. They even had they had the Squatch soaps, like the big bars of Squatch soap, like the $7 bars of soap. And they had the 4 houses they had Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Gryffindor, and what's the 4th one?
I can't help you right now. I'm trying to.
I know what I gotta remember. I gotta remember what I said. Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. Yeah, they have the 4 cents, but they were $7 for a bar of soap. I was like, they smelled really good. They're very masculine smelling. The Slytherin I thought smelled really good too. I got a bar on clearance from Walmart. It's pretty good, but it was a America scent. It was good.
We might have to make a trip back up. They are not even online.
Oh my god.
They have weird pumpkin ones online.
Ugh.
They have the ones you bought for you online.
The marshmallow ones, yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
So Shauna says she makes Lily's dark chocolate out of her own espresso. I buy and keep espresso powder in the house. I add espresso powder to my espresso. Like, why don't you scan the barcode?
They're out of stock on Sprouts Farmers Market.
We don't even have any Sprouts here.
Well, I'm just saying. Trying to find them online.
I see those chips online at Nutrion, but they're pricey. I've never ordered from them. We haven't ordered from them either. I'm looking for some too. I add espresso powder. A lot of chocolate things I make. I can order the chips straight from Lily.
Do they have that flavor right now?
Let's see. I might be able to find them at Sprouts on my way to Scrapbook Retreat this weekend. Yeah, check for Sprouts.
It said that they had them online at Sprouts at one time, but they are unavailable right now. Let's see.
Shauna says the She-Hulk was horrible. But that's the thing, is everybody was complaining that nobody liked it, but it was all like these like guys didn't like it because it was a girl character or whatever. I'm like, it's bad writing. I don't care who the character is. If you write the character well and it's acted well and cast well, you can make just about anything entertaining. I don't care what. I mean, you just got to write it, cast it, and they've got to, direct it well and cut it well. It's a symphony. A movie is a symphony of character, direction, sound, all that stuff. And if you just don't put effort into it, it's not going to be good, and we won't want to watch it. Jeanette says Woodman's is best. I'm gonna have to look for those chips. Also, we went to the one that was in. We went to the Waukesha one, didn't we?
Waukesha.
Waukesha, no.
So on the Lily's website, it shows them, and you can like click on it like you're gonna buy it. But then it just says, "We're sorry, we can't find any online sellers for this product." So the espresso chips, and that's really, Woodman's has like a lot of discontinued things. So I'm not surprised they're probably discontinued. They are delicious.
We may have to go back up there over that when we get back. When I get back from KPL, it's Pookie's fall break. We have 2 weeks. Maybe we could make a excuse trip up there.
We'll have to see. You know who has to let us.
I know. I've been texting your brother-in-law. I'm
how old and have to ask for permission.
I want more of those olives. I've been thinking about them. So while we were up there, he got these olives.
Yuck.
I
don't like olives at all.
They were these giant olives, big old olives, and they were garlic clove stuffed, but they were marinated in an Italian like seasoning. Oh, they were so good. I think he paid a lot for them. I think he got them at a specialty store. So I've never seen them, and I've been looking at grocery stores. Never seen them.
Sounds awful.
Well, that's okay.
I don't want that in my face.
That's okay. They are not for you.
They are definitely not for me.
I wouldn't share them with you anyway.
Good, because I thought they were gross.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have to try them to know that they were gross. I've never heard of that. Nutrition?
Nutrition. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, it's a Mia Mario. Why are you purring so loud?
Lily's espresso.
So you're in Waukesha?
Chips.
Yeah, Waukesha is, I think that's where pretty sure that's where Steve lives, is in Waukesha. And it's not far from where her sister-in-law lives either. So
yeah.
It's
my
all
sister, not sister-in-law.
Whatever. It's my sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law.
That's what my brain was thinking and said it the opposite.
Ooh, they're $9.49.
Ooh, $10. It's like, well, I mean, about the same price
shipping.
If we drove up there, it'd be a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we go.
Says you could subscribe and save. I just don't know anything about this nutrition website.
It's a legitimate website. I mean, if you go scroll down here and see, you've got those little marker things. Here. Like these, like Afterpay and Shop Pay and all that stuff. Those are legitimate things.
I feel that.
That's what I always look for and buy things with PayPal. Even though I don't know, like it gets harder and harder, but that's how I buy stuff. That's how I buy my concert tickets is with PayPal. They're like $20.
I mean, yeah, you can buy them on there. They are $9.49 a bag unless you subscribe and save, and that makes them $9.02 a bag. But I don't know if they'll have them for terribly long
Right.
because it looks like Lily's it may have run out, or they're not remaking them, or something to that effect.
The way you and Shanda are talking to each other makes me want to stay singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" Can you feel my glove tonight?
Nobody wants to feel that. If you got gloves, all bets are off. We're out. I'm done. It's a no. Yeah, he's really purring loudly. Can you guys hear him?
Here.
Well, I don't know if I take it off, if I can get it back on again. That's the cat. He's very loud. And I wasn't even petting him. We were just talking around him. There's that little weird.
Netrition only gets 2.5 stars on Trustpilot. Well, how much can you trust Trustpilot? That's like the fact checkers. Who's fact checking the fact checkers?
Feels like he's got a scab on the back of his neck. I wonder if he was fighting with Bruce.
Maybe.
It's not big. It's very little. It's like a claw shape. You two been fussing, huh? Fussing and fighting, little brats.
Little brothers.
Little brats.
Yeah, Steve was close. Yeah. I need to get a meetup in Wisconsin. I need to do a meetup because there was somebody that tried to do a meetup up in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, and they didn't have anybody show up, or it was like very few people. This was like secondhand information, so I don't really know for sure. I don't remember who it was who had a meetup. It was just secondhand. I don't know if Jennifer Lucas knows. She knew something. I think we were talking about something.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like I know people up there, so I mean, we have family up there, so we could do a meetup.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. I don't even know if I can maybe try to get Steve to show up, but he's finicky.
I don't think he likes public appearances.
No.
But I mean, we could always do that, and then I could go to Goodwill.
Well, I mean, people want to meet you too.
I mean, I could meet people, but then go to Goodwill.
That's true.
We could all take a Goodwill trip together. Y'all could watch me work magic.
Debbie. So Debbie tried to believe for a meetup in Wisconsin. That's the thing is I want people to get together. Sarah Gustafson's in Wisconsin. She just moved to Central Florida this week. Well, that doesn't help us. Now make sure that Sarah knows about the meetup
in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin.
Bit of a drive, but I bet she could make it if she started now.
Well, I mean, if she's in Central Florida, she can go to the Central Florida meetup.
Oh, she can go to the one at that place that they were talking about.
Yeah. Melbourne, yeah.
That I thought was in Australia, but is apparently in Central Florida.
Is a Melbourne. Like when we were driving home from Wisconsin the other night, and we were like, where we passed something, and I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, meh, 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 meh.
Yes, that's how we talk. He says blah, 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 and I go meh, 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 meh. That's what we do.
It's true. I talk
Most of our conversations are.
I talk and she goes, huh? What? I'm not whining. I'm making fun.
Mm-hmm. No, anytime we passed any stream or river or anything, we'd be like, oh, look, it's the Thames. Oh, look, it's the River Seine. Oh, look, it's the Nile. Just for fun.
Sarah Joy has a meetup. Sarah has you're going to be there too, right, Matt? Right, Matt? November 2nd. We have a meetup November the 9th. Here in Central Indiana. AMO. Reach out to Jackie if you want to go. It's $20. But there's going to be pumpkin sausage soup.
That is a good.
Shauna says, West Coast peeps are weak. I have to fly across the states. Well, that's fine. We're good.
We're happy to have you whenever you want to come this way.
Let's see. Let's see. Shauna, you're welcome. You're always welcome at a Central Florida Keto meetup. Yeah.
Or an Indiana one.
Yeah, you're always welcome in Indiana.
Yep. Not been banned from any of these states that I am aware of.
You are not wanted. I mean, by the police is what I mean. As far as I know. Carrie with Homestead How is having a meetup at the same time as KPL. Because Steph is up in the northwestern corner of Indiana.
Oh, okay.
In that area, my understanding.
Not too far.
Matt says, yes, I'm going to be there. Well, I hope so. Jeanette says, Carrie from Homestead House does meetups, and he's just an hour from me. Steve is doing a meetup soon also. I can't go, though, because it's during my working hours. Just quit your job.
Yeah,
just quit your job and go to the meetup.
He has all the solutions.
I do. I've got the advice you need. This is not financial or work advice.
This is not life advice.
This is not life advice.
It's a no.
Steph is coming to the AMO meetup. All right.
Nice.
Let's see. Carrie from Homestead House does meetup about 90 minutes north of me. Steve is doing a meetup soon, but it's more of a meet and greet. So we just got to walk by and
he's just going to wave.
Yeah.
He's just going to sit in his car and princess wave. Woo woo.
That's what I do.
That's what we all do.
I just look pretty and wave.
Yes. Show off that glorious beard. That would only be better if it had bows and glitter and beads.
She lives near a small town of Chicago in Gary, Indiana. That's how Pootie Tang started off.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary.
We need to sign up for AMO, but we want to go.
Do it.
Yeah, if you don't be there, I will be upset. I mean, unless you have a good reason. My cabin mate for the Alaskan low-carb cruise from Minnesota will be at our Friendsgiving. Well, that'll be cool. Minnesota is far. It's a very large soda, really.
Yeah, it's not many at all.
There's a lot of lakes there. They say there's 10,000.
I'd love to go out there.
I don't know if they've ever counted them. You just like the YouTubers that live up there.
I do, but I want to go to their shopping places. I don't really care if I meet them. I mean, they seem all right, but I want to go to their shopping places because they find amazing stuff. They're near the Mall of America, so they find like actual Chanel and Chloe and like really fancy things. But
I find Cottonelle.
You find toilet paper?
I'm familiar with Three Floyds. Isn't Three Floyds who does Zombie Dust and Gumball Head and all that stuff? I don't like beer, but I understand it.
I don't like beer.
I could just leave early. It's around the corner from my work.
Bingo.
I mean, that is better than quitting your job.
Life advice from Dustin.
I'm here all day. Just tell me. I'm like, you know what? Quit your job.
Don't listen to him.
No, do not listen to me. Do not listen to me.
Bad decisions. He makes bad decisions.
Like Cam Patterson. Do not listen to me. I just found out yesterday that pickles and cucumbers are the same thing.
That was funny.
My goodness.
He's a very funny comedian.
Oh, we watch Kill Tony every week. It's not for the faint of heart. You cannot be easily offended to watch that show. It's a YouTube show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's recorded 3 weeks in advance. So this Monday will be on in 3 weeks or whatever. And Cam Patterson is a regular. He is hilarious.
He is.
He has his own vlog. If you just search Cam Patterson, he's funny. He's so funny.
This cat is
not for the faint of heart. Again.
With his tongue sticking out. Little weirdo.
Jen says that she has family in Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence? Yes, Sensei.
Probably not that one.
Anyway, I will go and will crash with me Friday night. Yeah. We're gonna stay up. We're gonna stay up late, eating pizza, watching R-rated movies.
Probably not.
PG-13, maybe.
Probably not.
Okay, fine, PG. Of course, the PG of our day is like rated R now.
Wow.
Stephanie My family lives in Hammond. I read that as Hammerfall. Yes,
You're
they have the
confused.
zombie dust. Yes, zombie dust. That was like super hard to find for a long time, and now you can
For
find
a
it.
hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, people would like try to find liquor stores and to be able to have people call them when it came in, and now you can buy it at Costco.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go, Matt says he grew up in Fort Wayne. I wouldn't go telling people that.
You know what? I lived in Fort Wayne.
Exactly. And then there's the band, Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band.
He's going to tell you about the song about the Fort Wayne Zoo.
My brother stole a chicken from the Fort Wayne Zoo. Fort Wayne Zoo.
By the way, the Fort Wayne Zoo is actually very nice.
Allegedly.
It is very nice. Everything's on eye level for kids. There are peacocks roaming freely out in the parking areas.
Don't tell Rick, he'll eat them.
They're not snacks.
Rick will be like, delicious.
They are not snacks, but the zoo is very nice.
Yes, it's from the album Elephant Riders.
1000111010.
That song is not on that album.
Periodic table.
It's not like I live there anymore. I haven't been there in 20 years. Last time I was in Fort Wayne was to see the Black Dahlia murder and go to Sweetwater. Sweetwater is awesome if you get a chance.
Lived in Fort Wayne for a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere like that, something like that. Lived in Bloomington for a year. Then basically Indianapolis the rest of my life.
She's telling us we got to take the little one to a safari and do peyote.
That is not what she said.
Oh. Eat ravioli?
No.
No.
Go to Paoli. Used to go skiing at Paoli when I was a kid. My sister would take me there.
See? Bougie.
And
buffet. She'd stop and ask you, do you have any Grey Poupon?
You are a Grey Poupon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, went skiing at Paoli Peaks when I was a kid, and it has there's an area at the bottom of the mountain. It's not a mountain where there's like a drop off. At least I think it's Paoli. She also took me to Michigan a couple of times to go skiing. And at the bottom of the hill, there's just a fence, and then it's like wooded, right? And it's a drop off, and it's wooded. And I was new at skiing, had not skied, and was doing great. And then somehow I hit a mogul, which is the lumps in the hill. I hit a mogul and went flying and could not stop myself going, I don't know, a bunch of miles an hour. Couldn't stop myself, hit the fence at the bottom of the hill and went under it and almost fell off the drop off. And two random people grabbed each of my arms and yanked me so I didn't fall and die. It was very traumatic as a child. My sister comes down the hill after me. She's like, what were you doing? I was like, trying to die. That's all. Just trying.
So I just want everybody to know I was today years old the first time I heard the word mogul dealing with something about skiing.
Really?
I'm not making that up.
Didn't you ever watch the skiing in the Olympics or anything?
No. I had a life. I wasn't rich, okay?
You know what? I was just a kid. Just being a kid.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't feel rich. Does that count?
No. I didn't feel poor.
See?
I mean, was.
I didn't even realize. I didn't even know that the house that I grew up in was big until I was in middle school. And I had a friend come over because the other houses in the neighborhood were all about the same. All of my friends in the neighborhood all had about the same stuff. And I didn't really have friends in elementary school that came over. So, it was because we were far away from everybody. So when I was in middle school, I had friends come over for the first time. And I had never realized that my house was big. because it was filled all the time. There were 5 kids, 2 adults, and every kid had a friend, obviously, except for me. But I didn't even realize that my house was big until middle school when I had a friend come over, and basically it was like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, like their chin dropped and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you live here." And I was like, it's just a house.
I had that same thing. We were having our daughter's birthday party there. I mean, it was empty. They weren't living there. It was just an empty house.
Right. They'd moved. My parents had moved.
And so the house just kind of sat empty for a bunch of years. And we were having a pool party.
For about a year. It was rented out all the other times. But anyway.
It seemed like always to me. Because we were.
Anyway.
Rude. We talk about going to have a pool party. And I'm thinking, it's summertime. The living's easy, And then we go into the house and I realize that the pool was inside the house. I had never in my life been inside a house, hotel, sure. House with a pool inside. No. I had never even at that point lived in a house or in a place in my knowledge that had more than one bathroom.
It was a big house, but it didn't feel big.
It was what, 7 bathrooms? 5 bedrooms, 7
5 bedrooms. 6 bathrooms.
Is that including the one in the pool room?
Hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the one in the pool room. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths. But it didn't feel big. It just felt like our house. It was always full. There was not extra space. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know.
So basically, she's asking where the word bougie comes from.
Let's Google. Let us Google.
So Matt says that comes from the French bourgeoisie.
Bourgeoisie.
Ah, of course you would know that.
I don't like you.
Because who's been to France? Not me. I'm not jealous or bitter. I never even been to Florida till we met.
Yeah, I have done a lot of things, but I was a kid when I did it. So I can't afford to do any of that shit now. Last I checked, the only person bringing income in.
I bring in a couple of $100 a year.
Anywho. Okay, what are we?
All right, Cassie from Carnivore Quest. She and I graduated from Morton High School the same year.
Cool.
Stephanie, if we can connect some way, I'll message you when we visit the region and we can meet up. Yeah, at our meetup. You'll both be there.
Anyway.
On the hill at Noblesville Golf Course, my dad rode down standing on a toboggan. At the end, there's a sort of speed bump. He took flight at the bump, broke his ribs. Ow!
I was very lucky I did not fall and die. Like,
if you have to count your bathrooms, it's big. I
didn't know that. I was a kid. It was just our house. I
was just a kid. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk away. You're gonna be mean to me.
I'm just teasing you.
It didn't seem big. It just seemed like our house. You couldn't be in the house and not slam into somebody else. There was always filled with people.
We had a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 people.
I mean,
my mom, my brother, my grandma.
It like as a teenager and as, late in middle school, I realized that it was actually like big. But I grew up in it. It didn't seem big at the time.
Look, Evelyn, you can relate to her. She says all the houses in our neighborhood had pools, half indoors, half out. One house even had a 2-lane indoor bowling alley.
It just feels like that's what it is. Like, it's not special. It's just your house. I went swimming in the lake out back. Yeah, we had a pool, but we had more fun playing in the mud in the lake. we caught fish. We ate fish from the lake. I don't know if I'd do it now, but we did when we were kids. I rode bikes like everybody else. I got dirty. We were locked out of the house because we were latchkey kids and my parents both worked. So you went and peed in the woods because the woods were right there and the neighbors are, a good walk. So you just go pee in the woods. I mean, we were basically country kids with a big house. And I didn't even realize that there was anything about it until I was older, much older than I should have been to realize. But I never felt like, I don't think we were raised to be snotty or snobby or act like rich kids. I really
Some of them have
hope.
grown into it.
Well, you're not wrong. I really hope that I don't behave that way.
If you did, I wouldn't be with you or joking about it with you.
I know. I get kind of embarrassed sometimes about it because I have been very blessed, well above anything I've ever deserved. I've had, a lot of experiences that other people will never have, and I'm very lucky to have had them. But everything has a price. So there was a lot to pay to get the things that I had.
Yeah. And that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
That's a whole other therapy session.
Exactly. But I am by no means.
But I remember going to people's houses that were this size and being like,
yeah.
You guys have cable?
My best friend lived in an apartment down the street. Like I mean, it was, it was about where, what those apartments are. The apartments down the street from my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
That Kendra was in.
Yeah, I think so.
The ones over the hill, over the overpass on the right. The Eagle Creek ones.
Yeah, the ones you got to go in the back way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I knew people in there. Jeff lived back there.
Kendra lived there.
Yeah.
So she was my best friend for a lot of years, and we just clicked and got along and hung out. And I didn't care if we were at her apartment or we were at my house, and she didn't care either. So it just wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing until I was much older, and I guess I didn't realize how cruddy people are when it comes to money until I ended up going to high school. And then I realized what money does to people. When I was a kid, there was a huge difference between my parents have money and I have money. And when I was in high school, I saw how people are when they don't understand the differentiation and when they are raised with money in a way where they're not people, they're money. I went to a private high school here in town. I went to Park Tudor, and I met a lot of people who were really not good people, even as teenagers. Like, it was kind of eye-opening, and I hope I never, ever come off that way.
We'll keep you in check.
Please. I appreciate it.
We'll push you down in the mud.
I'll push you down the stairs.
You heard it here, folks. So she's got to sing in an ancient cathedral in France.
Nice. I got to visit a lot of really beautiful places in France.
And Jen said, there's nothing wrong with living in a larger house. My school system was, we grew up in Pike Township.
Right.
So, it was obviously, there was up until high school, most of the kids that were uber wealthy in our school system went up to middle school. And then after that, they went off to Brebeuf or to Park Tudor or whatever. Mm-hmm. A lot of them went to Brebeuf, the college preparatory schools to get you get you ready for college.
Yeah.
Things that I'm like, I didn't even go to college. Your mom goes to college.
No, she doesn't. She did, but she doesn't.
Matt says, I grew up the same way. Some of the kids were from the farms. Some were from government housing. See, I grew up in government housing, government apartments. And they were so nice though. Driving by, if you didn't know what they were, you probably it was always well landscaped. The grass was always green. Everything was always well taken care of for the most part, and still is really to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, that apartment complex is not run down. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see, there are dealings happening in plain sight,
Well,
but I mean, it looks nice. Let's see the apartment. I mean, still it's on the opposite side of the tracks, even from where we are right now.
see, and when I grew up, how I grew up, my parents had money. My mom was dressed to the nines. They drove very nice cars. We had a big house, but we shopped at Sears for our clothes, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. My parents are discount shoppers. We did go on big vacations and, you know, things like that, but I didn't understand for a long time that that's not how everybody did things because I was a kid. I didn't know any better. But I didn't get the nicest shoes or the fanciest clothes. Like my parents were like, I have 5 kids. You're going to wear hand-me-downs from your older brother because you're the fat kid. And then when he, was so thin and I was not, it was like, oh, so we're going to JCPenney or we're going to Sears to go to the fat kid section because,
It was husky.
yeah. But like we got cheap stuff, there wasn't really a Walmart around for a long time. But like,
And Walmart when Walmart was like, I don't think it sold clothes really at that point.
no. But I mean, my parents were always looking for discounts to buy stuff on the cheap. So, I just looked like every other kid. I didn't have anything fancy.
So I remember my grandma had been divorced. But by the time I was really old enough to realize that my grandfather had passed away anyway. But I remember she lived with her boyfriend, she lived in some other apartments, and then they lived in another apartment for a while. And I remember thinking that apartment was like fancy because they had like the master bedroom with an ensuite, and like it was a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms. I'm like, oh, 2 bathrooms? What? Carl's been to France. He got to visit the Montmartre. See, I can't even say those words because I'm too
I'm
poor.
probably saying it wrong anyway. That's what I remember as a kid. I've been there.
I had been on a trip for a month, went to Germany, France, Austria, singing, drama, etc. It was a great trip. That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Chandra, we love you no matter what.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't try to be snotty or stuck
I have certain caveats.
You have certain caveats. I don't try to be snotty or spoiled or stuck up or anything. I have been exceptionally lucky in my life. I have been given more than I've ever deserved, and I do know that.
Yeah, we're just messing with you. We don't really care.
I know. I don't want to come off like a dick.
I mean,
I'm a dick.
That's not for that reason, but
I don't want
Sean says
off.
France is on his bucket list. I'm going to go to France because there's a Disneyland there. I've been to quite a few places, but France wasn't one of them. Funny thing is I took a 4 years of French in high school. I would like to know the languages if we're going to these other Disney parks because most of them are in those languages. And I'm like, oh, blah, 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 pork, pork, pork. And I'm like,
the problem is I took French and Spanish. And so it's all like Franglish. It's all like a jumbled blah, 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 blah. I can pick up a little bit here and there, but I don't really know any of it anymore.
Caviar.
I've had caviar. I'm not a fan.
I've had caviar, but it was more like a ranch dressing. Ooh. It was a Greek thing. It was like you dipped pita in it. It was at the Parthenon.
I've had caviar. I've had escargot. I've had shark fin soup. I wouldn't eat any of them again for various reasons. Thank you. I feel like I didn't like caviar or escargot. They were interesting, but I was a kid and I didn't like it, and I don't think I'd like it now. I do like when they make sushi and they roll it in the orange caviar. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that, but I don't think
like the fish
roe.
I
don't think I would just like eat a spoonful of it. It's texture.
It's like boba.
Texture's a thing for me.
It's like homegrown boba.
It's not the kind I want.
It's carnivore boba.
And I wouldn't eat shark fin soup again because I am morally opposed to killing sharks just for their fins.
Jahil says, being raised rich doesn't mean you're going to grow up to be bad. I grew up with money, but the way my dad behaved because he was rich made me say no thanks and tell him to shove his money up
Yes.
his keister.
Yeah, I love my parents. I'm thankful for everything that they've given me. I can manage on my own. I don't need for anything. If I did, I'm sure they would be willing to help. But I don't need for anything. And my ultimate goal is to never have to ask them for anything.
Caviar, isn't that bait for fishing?
Yes, it should be. I'm not a huge fan.
Well, let us know how you're feeling. She says later, breath not good, going for Benadryl. Yeah, reach out to us and let us know you're doing okay, please.
Let us know you're doing all right.
Please.
Just
because you just lived on the street.
I think she's saying her breathing is not good.
That's what I'm saying.
Breath is different.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't die.
Benadryl is not for halitosis. Otherwise, he'd be chock full of it. But we hope you feel better, Jen. Hope it's just allergies. Let us know if you need anything. You know where we are. We're right down the street. You can text.
We're like
call.
We're like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Sean says, when I went to Italy and Spain, I was able to speak French and everyone understood me. I thought it was great being able to get around very well.
Yeah.
I mean, most places speak English too. That's the thing.
That was a really good thing. Because I've been several places in Europe, and obviously, like I said, it's all kind of Franglish. And everybody was more than willing to try to communicate and very friendly. Never had anybody being, rude or, oh, stupid Americans. No, every single human was exceptionally kind.
But when you walked away, stupid American.
I mean, maybe they talked about me behind my back, but I was okay with that. They were all very, very nice and very accommodating and able to help when they could,
When Matt was in the Navy. I never went to Europe. Spent most of my career traveling to the Orient, Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, Tasmania. That sounds awesome too.
That sounds amazing.
All the street food.
I would love to go to any of those places. I mean, obviously you were doing other things.
Massages.
May not have been as much fun, but I would love to just see those other cultures and the food and the way people live. And I don't know.
Down in Tasmania.
I think it would be awesome. I would love to go.
Australia. Did you meet Bluey?
Did anybody say crikey?
Crikey. Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Does anybody really say crikey?
I mean, they're looking at your stubbies, mate. Matt, I would love to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe. I just want to go on I want to plan it around and go to all club shows all around Europe and see metal bands in their natural habitat.
You would like to go to
I want to Sweden, Norway, Finland, Switzerland.
I've been to Switzerland.
All of Europe, because that's all power metal heaven and death metal heaven. You know what I mean? Freaking Westpac sailor. Now they're gonna get into a fight. Let's see. I performed as a water juggler at the Blackpool Tower Circus in England, and I ride in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car in Scotland. Woo!
Well, that would be cool.
Oh no! I don't know. That's the best I could do with that. Nah, that's how Jahil sounds.
Does he?
Road. If you're paying,
yeah,
because it's overseas. Iron Maiden. I'd love to go see Iron Maiden. I've seen him twice, but I've always seen him from far away.
Like we said earlier, if you cut him into pieces, he'll fit in the luggage better.
You gotta remember, I only make hundreds of dollars a year.
Yeah.
And she might be making paw fin soup soon.
Yeah. Might be cutting off that beard and selling it.
That is not the most. That is not the most valuable piece of me.
And then, kidney, liver, lungs.
I don't need those things.
No.
brain. It's probably
I don't think I could.
it's probably smooth.
I think I could only donate that. Nobody
Rude.
would pay for it.
Rude.
Anywho, we've been on forever.
2 hours.
Are y'all sick of us by now?
I mean, I don't know.
Anywho.
Well, I think with that, I want to say thank you all so very much.
Yes. Thanks for coming and talking to us, for delving into my spoiled life.
Yes. All the wonderful members we have. You guys are amazing. You guys make this possible.
Yes. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun.
It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun.
I had real fun.
Oh, I had real fun.
I don't even like
I
you,
like
but
my
I had real
I
fun.
like my fun.
Those are noodles.
Yeah.
I like noodles.
We love you.
All right.
Oh, look, we should knit. We should cut your beard and knit gloves with it.
Yeah.
Those would be very thin gloves.
They'd be itchy. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna mix up some dinner.
Do it.
I might warm you up a steak.
I could probably eat a steak.
Don't leave. I'm calling the cops if you do.
Get him on the line, Jahil.
Let's see. I'm just waiting for my 3D print to finish. 27% after 11 hours. What are you printing?
Oh.
Have a great night, everyone. By this time next Tuesday, I'll be in Columbus with Sharon. I'm with Sharon right here. And Maitreya.
Be safe traveling.
We'll see you soon. For real. I think, Sean, you're coming to KPL, right, Sean? All these people are coming to KPL. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Everybody be safe on your travels. Are we doing this again next Tuesday?
Yes.
All right. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.